Hello, you guys. It's me, Christian, again. And today, my speech is titled, Keep Calm and Keep Sewing. Today, I will be showing you the process of installing a sew-in. So let me stop and explain to you what a sew-in is for those of you who are not familiar with it. A sew-in is a type of extension that is typically done in a hair salon where you sew a weave down to a braid against the scalp, just like what I have in my hair today. Sew-ins are mostly worn by African American women of all ages. Um, you can either sew in human hair or synthetic hair. It's just depending on how much money you are wanting to spend and also how long you are wanting to keep your sew-in in. A sew-in can range in different prices. It's depending on the the hairstylist experience and also the location of the salon. So it can range from either $80 all the way up to $200. So the purpose of my speech is to demonstrate to you the process of sewing in a sew-in and also the supplies needed. A sew-in is so convenient because you can just get up and go in the morning and you really don't have to do much to your hair at all. And your stylist can make you go from short and sassy to long hair, don't care in less than 2 hours. So now let me show you the supplies that you will need. First, you will need to pick out your hair. Then you will need some weeding thread, a C-shaped needle, some scissors, and a comb. And you will also need a weaving net. So now that we have all of our supplies, we will need to sit and think about what type of hair you're wanting to get, because there is different varieties of hair that you can choose from, like Brazilian, Indian, Remy, and the inches can range from 10 inch all the way to 30 inches, and that just depends on what you are wanting to do with your hair and also your personality. So now that we have our hair, we will need to shampoo and condition your hair and also the extension. So once we have that done, we will start the braiding process. You can either do cornrows from the front of your hair to the back of your head, and or you can do different braiding patterns. It's mainly dependent on the hairstylist and also what type of style you are trying to get. Um, and as soon as we have the braids down, we will then sew down a weaving net. We will sew this around the perimeter of the head. And once we have that sewn down, we will just cut off the excess net. The net is mainly for more protection of your real hair. It just prevents so much tension on your hair, and then it will also stop a lot of breakage. So once we have that done, we will then start the sewing process. We will then get your hair. We will double whip it. So once we have that done, we will just double whip your hair and we will put that to the side. And we will take the needle and we will thread the needle, and you will need to make your thread at least arm's length. Once you have done that, you will then knot it at the end. You will do 2 knots, and then we are ready to start sewing. So once we get that done, we will then take the hair. You will sew through the whip and through the braid on the scalp. So once you sew up, you will sew from the bottom and you will go up, and you will just keep going, keep going, keep going until you get to the other side of the hair. And then you will flip the track over and you will just keep going up and up and up. And how far you go up the head is based off of what style your client is trying to get. So once you do that and you have all your hair sewn in, that's when you will cut and style. And to end my speech, I would just like to explain to you how a sew-in is such a lifesaver, because like I said at the beginning, you can go from short and sassy all the way to long hair, don't care in just 2 hours. Thank you for listening.